Consider this a brief detour from my regular uploads because there's something I feel like I gotta say. Recently, Twitch announced that they will be banning the words simp, virgin, and incel under their harassment policy. It seems like an incredibly stupid and tone-deaf move to make, so why did they do it? Now, I'm sure that there's a lot of nuance to how they plan on imposing this rule come January, only excessive use, blah blah blah, but that's not what I'm interested in. What I care about is how this piece of news affects everybody else. See, Twitch is smart. It may seem like they don't have their shit together, but in reality, I think they know exactly what they're doing when it comes to their image. And that's probably true of any big company. I made a tweet a few days ago that said, when someone mentions Twitch, what's at the top of your mind right now? Do you know what the most common answer to that question was? Simp. Right now, when people think Twitch, they're thinking simp. I know that my Twitter is just a small sample size, but you get the idea. The news is so ridiculous that it's at the top of everyone's minds right now. But let me ask you something. What does that tell you? To me, it says that Twitch got exactly what they wanted. They distracted the public with some stupid ban that didn't need to happen so that we all stop paying attention to something that's a much bigger problem. As much as I hate censorship on social media platforms, and trust me, I fucking hate it, there's a much more immediate threat to the media that I love, and especially to Twitch. 4 letters. DMCA. After years of mostly flying under the radar, Twitch is finally beginning to feel the wrath of copyright law, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. If you somehow don't know what DMCA is, here's a quick explanation. When a platform like YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch hosts a piece of content that is infringing on someone's copyright, that platform gets hit with a DMCA notice. When that happens, the platform has to take reasonable measures to remove that content to avoid liability and getting sued. On Twitch and YouTube, that means that they will notify the content creator of the DMCA notice and instruct them to remove the infringing content to avoid punishment. That protection from liability is known as safe harbor. But here's the kicker. Just because Twitch takes down the content, it doesn't mean that the streamer who infringed on copyright is absolved of their crime. If a copyright holder sees fit, they can still threaten the streamer with litigation. So in other words, if a Twitch streamer played music or videos or did anything else that counts as copyright infringement under the DMCA, they can get sued even if they delete the VODs. Not that you can actually delete VODs on Twitch anyways. Yeah, you might think that deleting the VOD off of your public Twitch page means that it's gone, but it isn't, because Twitch keeps a backlog of everything behind the scenes. And the reason we know this is because streamers have begun getting copy strikes for videos that they thought were deleted. The last few months have already been a shit show, as DMCA strikes have hit Twitch like a fucking truck. We've even seen streamers get copy strikes for in-game sound effects. It honestly sounds like a joke, but somehow it's real. And it's about to get even worse thanks to a certain senator from North Carolina. See, the out-of-touch politicians who get all of their money from lobbying corporations want to make it so that copyright infringement is a jailable offense. As in, you could go to jail for playing copyright music or videos on your stream. Right now, they're considering making the penalty up to 10 years in prison, which is beyond insane. And if you think that it would never go through, don't be so sure. The recent COVID stimulus bill, which already passed Congress, had the new DMCA law snuck into it. But if it went through, not only would Americans be getting $600 for their 2020 troubles, but they might also go to jail for accidentally walking by a radio while they're streaming. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but you get the idea. Here's a list of some of the big companies that are backing this upcoming bill, which proposes this new absurd change to copyright law. But of course, none of these people care that the DMCA strike system is constantly abused in bad faith to harm innocent creators, but you know, big surprise that the government doesn't care about YouTubers and streamers. I doubt that we'll ever see anyone from a record company facing jail time for false claims on a YouTube video. Now, they say the bill is more focused on commercial use than it is on content creators, but it's hard to say where that lands big streamers on Twitch. The platform has seen its users get away with the most amount of copyright infringement of any other big social media platform. Streamers listen to copyright music and watched copyright shows for years with relatively no issues, and that means that there is a massive history of punishable offenses among the streamers of Twitch. It's hard to say exactly how this will play out and how far things will go, but at the very least, I can imagine Twitch feeling pressured to ban some of these streamers to avoid any issues. And it just might be the case that one of these companies will want to make an example out of a big streamer one day. Now, why does Twitch, in my opinion, want to distract you from all of this? Well, simply put, I don't think that Twitch has a game plan for how they're going to deal with it. At least not one that doesn't compromise the streamers on their platform. We've already seen how they completely lack the infrastructure for their creators to deal with the recent wave of DMCA issues. And I think that they know it's going to get worse and are tremendously underprepared for it. It's seriously bad PR, and they needed to do something to soften the blow. So that's why I think they made a decision to ban words like simp, incel, and virgin. Something that seems ludicrous on the surface to get people talking about something else. A smokescreen to take your focus away from what's really important. Because sadly, the truth is that there doesn't seem to be a good solution right now. Copyright law is about to change, and it's very possible that what we consider transformative today will no longer be acceptable in the future. I don't really know what we can do to stop copyright laws from overstepping their boundaries as they inevitably catch up with modern media. But I do know that this topic is far too important to get swept under the rug like it's yesterday's drama. And that's why I decided to do this little PSA instead of my usual video essays, because I don't want to see Twitch, YouTube, or any other platform turn into some cookie-cutter clean corporate crap fest. So don't let yourself get distracted, because this is something that we're all gonna need to come together on. I just hope that it isn't the beginning of the end.